Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Living Fast Forward. I'm Glenn Harper.
Julie Smith.
What's going on?
Well, I'm really hoping you don't throw me for a loop on the topic that you suggested before we started.
Oh, it's TBD, to be determined, the most excellent thing to talk about. And I thought, and I guess we talked about this a little bit, but the age-old question for entrepreneurs, is it bigger, better, or is just better, better? Which way should you go? And that's a great discussion to have about clients, because if you're an entrepreneur, to get bigger, sometimes if you think you're going to do it all yourself, well, something has to give. You're going to take away time from something else to put the time to your business.
What do you mean? I'm just going to apply for more time in a day.
Oh, yeah. There is a provision on that. If you fill out the form.
I filled it out a lot of times.
Or you try to get smarter and you try to leverage that to try to get bigger. But with bigger, it becomes more headaches, more hassles, and more things. But America didn't grow great because we wanted to just stop. We just wanted to keep getting bigger and bigger and better. So I think the hefty balance of what it is being better and bigger, making that work in a way that you can control that growth where you don't lose yourself in it. Right?
Well, I think we talk a lot about opportunity cost, right? So, is better in regards to keeping your cards close and being able to control everything and do everything yourself and being able to make those choices? Or is bigger better where, like you said, you're able to leverage certain resources in order to scale your business? And as we all know, we've all been there, that comes with a lot of headaches.
It's terrifying, giving up control and responsibility to others. You never know how they're going to handle it. They can do it, and you find out a little bit too late sometimes, well, they didn't do it quite right. But that's part of the nature of owning a business.
But then
right?
I think, what happens is it's time. And although I claim to have some provision to give you more time in a day, I certainly don't. It's just where does that time come from, and what is the sacrifice you're willing to make? It's all about that opportunity cost. So, oftentimes, is it time with your family that you're willing to kind of give up in order to grow a business? Is it short term? Is it long term? What does that look like? I know we just talked about intentions on an episode prior, but like if you're going to grow and scale your business, you better be able to carve out that time that whether you enjoy golfing, you enjoy having time with your family, whatever it is, you're going to have to be able to carve that out. But what if you have to give that up?
Well, but I think that comes back to the whole point is you have to decide if you want to be bigger or if you want to be better to be better. And that gets reversed a little bit more to moving with intent of what do you want it to do. And you map out both and see which one is appropriate for you and say, yeah, I like option A or option B. But if you don't map it out, you don't think it through, you're just going to meander through the desert like everybody else always does.
Well, I think for entrepreneurs, it's a really hard concept to grasp because you're in the trenches, head down, right? It's like next task, whatever that is. And sometimes you get to a certain point without even realizing it. And it's, that awareness and intentions. But, Glenn, what would be your advice to entrepreneurs? Because as we know, it's really easy to get in a headspace where you don't think about those things. Then all of a sudden you've given up time and relationships and you've done these things and you end up someplace. What is your advice for entrepreneurs?
The easy is at some point you're down with your head down grinding. You just got to step away.
But how do you know when that time is?
Something is going to come to a head to push you to that. And sometimes that's what it takes to get you to move with intention somewhere else or to reevaluate. But sometimes it's just good to make that part of your yearly, monthly, quarterly ritual is just say, I'm going to step away from doing this business and think clearly outside of what I'm trying to do. And you can't do it when you got one finger on the keyboard and you're still in there connected. You got to literally shut it off and go somewhere else and think it through.
And I think, as we end, close to end 2024, we begin 2025. You and I keep saying 2025 is going to be a great year. We're going to have some great goals or some great intentions. I think for our entrepreneur listeners out there, now's a really good time to evaluate, do you want to be bigger and better? Do you want to be better? How do you want to spend your time in 2025 and really create your intentions around your business?
I couldn't agree more. And again, there's nothing like a little New Year's resolution or a end of the year pause and reflect, and then setting the table to move with intention, starting off the new year. People, for whatever reason, like the new year as a good cutoff date. I don't know why, but that's just the way we roll in America. So
2025 is TBD, huh?
TBD, make the choices. And again, if you do nothing, you just continue on the way you're going, and that's okay too if that's what you like. If you think something's out of whack, try to move with more intention. Another fabulous edition of The Fast and Famous. I'm Glenn Harper.
And I'm Julie Smith.